In the middle of the night on June 24th, a 12-story beachfront condo building in Surfside, Florida suddenly collapsed. As of Monday, 18 days after the accident, 94 people have been confirmed dead, while 22 people still remain potentially unaccounted for, according to the mayor. Crying, mourning, praying. But at the same time, questions abound. What caused the condo to collapse? What can be done to prevent it from happening again? The first thing that came to people's minds was, did the residents know how bad the building's condition was? The answer is yes and no. In fall 2018, the building board hired engineering firm Marabito Consultants to inspect the building. The 9-page report points out multiple structural issues, including cracking, spalls, deterioration, and damages that require repair and remediation in the immediate and near future. However, after more than 2 years, the recommendations of maintenance had not been implemented before the tragedy struck. It is because that although a detailed inspect report was delivered to the building board, the residents, those who were in charge of making that final decision to pay the bill at the time, did not fully understand the situation.
I want you to know that in 2018, we had a board meeting and we sat there with the town of Surfside, and the town of Surfside said to us that the building was not in bad shape. That the building was not in bad shape. The structural engineer has been around for a while. We took out $15 million to fix that building at his say-so. No one ever told us that building was in such bad shape. No one.
The lack of explicit warning of collapse is what experts and the condo board blame Marabito Consultants for as well. A spokesman for the condo board stressed that expert inspected the building did not indicate that there was a threat of imminent collapse, and the structural engineer also agreed that the report did not spell out the danger and urgency. The price tag is the other reason why residents failed to reach a consensus for so long. The 2018 report's initial estimate of the cost was already high, and it then increased to more than $16 million this year. The association said it would repurpose more than $700,000 in other dedicated funds to the repairing plan, but there is still a bill of over $15 million for residents to split, according to reports. The condo board in charge of pushing this forward is made up of volunteers. When the residents held divergent opinions and failed to reach a consensus, the volunteer condo board, which had no enforcement power, felt exhausted. Several resignations, the need to reorganize the board, the frequent vacuums led to repeated delays in the decision-making process. When they finally decided to conduct the project, it was already too late. The Miami-Dade County, where the collapsed condo is located, requires buildings with more than 10 residents to go through a recertification process, including inspection and following repairing works 40 years after they were built. After the accident, however, people questioned whether the 40-year time limit is effective enough. The collapsed Champlain Tower South was built in 1981. It had only turned 40 years old this year. However, it had already found potential safety hazards through self-initiated inspections in 2018. Even with the 40-year recertification system, the inspection and the repair requirements still face obstacles in terms of enforcement. Although the Miami-Dade County Code states that the failure of fulfilling the requirement will result in civil violation notice, fines, and even forced evacuations and demolition, they would give extra days to cases they believe is on track. In an audit initiated by government after the collapse incident, according to reports, many buildings have been found to be delayed more than 1 year in fulfilling the requirement. This set of policies has been established, but due to negligence and incompetence, the intended effect may sometimes be in name only. In the midst of mourning and prayers, the reflection on the system and enforcement capability also allows no delay. The tragedy should never happen again.